We are back like we never left. We are back at Y254 TV. This is still Y in the morning before we went on that commercial break. After 16 miscarriages, an abusive marriage, and so much wahala in between, Bishop Freda is still sharing her story with us, going through so much. And we left the story at the mother-in-law had gone to visit her. So in case you missed the entire conversation before the break, we will have it up on YouTube, on our YouTube channel at Y254 channel. You can go check it out. But in the meantime, let's continue with the story. Uta catch up to Kisonga. So Bishop Freda, we were at the mother-in-law visited you.
Yeah. She visited when I had my son, my first son. I don't know if you guys do it in Kenya.
Omogo.
In my country, when a woman delivers,
Yes.
it is the woman's mother that comes to take care. But in this case, my parents are in Lagos. But she chose to live where she is, about 7-8 hours journey.
Oh, wow.
To come.
To come and do Omogo for you.
No, not Omugo. She wants to come and see if really the child I gave birth to is there. It looks like them or not.
To confirm the child looks like them, like their sons.
See, the day did you hear what I said? I said,
So she's not even coming for the Omugo.
I have been healed. That is why I'm talking. I'm not shedding tears.
Wow.
Those days when I'm talking my story, I cry.
Wow.
You understand me?
Yeah.
And when she came, you know, she will have to bathe the child.
Yeah.
In fact, the whole thing started from the main gate. When they said, Mommy is here, I had to prepare goosey soup. Somebody that just gave birth.
You that gave birth.
Me that just gave birth. I went to the market because I had no helper. I went to the market, bought things, came back, prepared the goosey soup.
With what
meal.
body?
No, no. For me, I'm not a lazy person. When I deliver, you won't even know. You understand? So I prepared meal, waiting for her. As soon as she comes, you know when you see your mother-in-law, like, you know.
Yeah, happy.
Oh,
Mama,
Father
you're
in
welcome.
heaven, I had the shock of my life that day. When I was like, Mommy, she pushed me aside. I said, I didn't come for you. I came for my grandchild. And I looked at her. I said, and you know,
Yeah, the way you're just trying to lighten up
and I
the
took
situation.
her back. She pulled it away from me. I said, let me leave her. Your grandson is inside, you know, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And she went, carried my baby boy. In the morning when she was birthing that boy, oh God, that was where I knew her intention. Listen now. It's funny, but it's painful.
I know.
Hey, he took after the completion of the mother. She's on the phone. The eyes is like the mother's eyes.
So she's telling someone on the phone.
Telling her children
Okay.
back home who the child really looks like. And when she finished, I'll look at her. It's the soup I prepared. In Nigeria, there's a way we prepare soup. We prepare it so large so that you could put some in the freezer. My dear, I gave her soup. She said she doesn't eat egusi. But the son told me that was her favorite soup. The son had to go and buy food from out. Sweetheart, went out to buy food.
You that has given birth, that has gone out of your way to cook for someone. She comes and says she does not eat.
Went outside to buy food and brought for her. Listen to the another insult. Bought food. She finished eating. The remaining, she passed it to me that I should eat. And I covered it. I said, I am not hungry. I kept it. I went through a lot of insults, sweet. I'm telling you the truth. Then 1 month, my child was 1 month old. The father left after the mom left. Said he was going for business because he's into marine stuff, into marine business. And said he was traveling because where he is from, or rather where we are from, are the area where we have the crude oil. So he said he was traveling for his business. I said, okay. Sweetheart, my baby was 1 month old. The father left me for the next 9 months.
9 what?
9 whole good months I was alone with my baby, without the father in the house. and was sending me to 2,000 naira. 2,000 naira, if you convert it to Kenyan shillings, for those of you that know how to convert, it's not even up to, I don't know how I'm going to say it. And that 2,000 naira,
It's not 100 shillings.
Let me use that one. That 2,000 is sending to me will cover the baby's baby nan, the pampers. Then what happens to the food?
That you're supposed to
Or
eat.
everything. I wasn't complaining. Do you know why? Because I was getting money from my parents. Remember, I lost my job, right? I wasn't working. I wasn't doing nothing. So that's just it. For 9 months. So a friend of mine, her name Obi, I don't know where Obi is now, but she left Nigeria for UK and told me, Freda, when Viedem completes 1 year, I will send you money for his birthday party. Because I knew what you went through. And I said,
It is your friend that is sending you money for your son's birthday party.
So, Obi traveled to UK, sent me money. I said, I need you to. My son came and opened doors. The birth of that boy was like the birth of a governor or a president, because the whole community gathered to see. So that I went through. And I was like, okay. And that was it. Just trying to cut the whole stories. You won't believe the man came back.
After 9 months.
After 9 months. Because I was talking to him on the phone. You mean your first child, your very first child will be 1 year, you are not even in his life, blah, 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 you know? Do you know he came 2 days to the birthday? He came and saw that I had bought things
For the birthday.
for the birthday. It was a war.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Hey, you mean you've not been giving my son food? The money I'm sending is what you... I said, which money?
Which money? That money you've been sending me, is it enough to throw birthday?
2,000 naira that you're sending every week or every month. What are you saying? I promised myself I'm going to celebrate my first son's 1 year birthday. And it was massive. You get it now? So we went to church for Thanksgiving. We came back home. It was talk of war. My mom was with me. My younger sister that is in US was with me. So they were like, sister, ignore him. Just go ahead. My mom was consoling me because I was crying like, so does it mean all this suffering, all these things, pain, this guy didn't even appreciate it? And I'm even trying to cover his shame. He's still not appreciating it. So the day of the birthday, which is the next day, being Sunday, after church service, we came back and we started having party with the kids. So my friends came with their husbands and all that. Do you know this man was inside? He was in the bedroom. It was when they now said couples dance. They now said, where is your husband?
Yeah.
That was when they now took note that it was, you know. And I said, that was when I went in. I said, you could hear they are calling you. They are calling you. So that dance was pretentious dancing. So we you know, so that people will understand.
We are together. We are happy. Things are going. Wow.
And that was how he left. In fact, my dear, stories. I'm just giving you
It's
as
okay.
I'm remembering
So
them.
how did your children, how did the whole separation affect your children?
Well, I say it's even, it really affect them because I didn't give room for it. Because right from their childhood, they've been bonded with me. Their father is not always there.
Okay.
So they don't have that relationship.
Yeah.
I'm their best friend. We run together, we dance together, we do wrestling together. I raise my kids, I hit them on the bed. Boom, 1, 2, 3, winner, you know, stuff like that. So they are my best friend. My first son today calls me bae, and I call him boyfriend. Yeah. My second son calls me sweetheart, and I say yes, baby. So for you to know how we have bonded.
Yeah.
So they are not even missing their father.
Okay.
They don't even, if you ask them, they'll tell you they don't have a father because
Oh, wow.
he has never been in their life. It was this year my first son was telling me something and I'm begging him not to. He said to me, Mom, I know I'm going to be successful. And when that time comes, if Tony comes, I'm going to shoot his leg.
Tony is the dad.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I said, please don't shoot him.
Yeah.
He's still your father.
Yeah.
It got to a state that they told me they wanted to change their son name to my father's name. I said no. And if I say something now, it will shock you. All my documents are still carrying his name, including my international passport. Yes, because the reason I'm still doing it
12 years later
was because of my kids. I'm doing it. I don't want to be a separate name from my children.
So his name is still your name.
That's what I'm still answering because I did it for the sake of my kids.
Wow.
Yes. I don't want to change name.
Yeah.
And while they are still, it will affect them.
Yeah.
So I decided to keep it at that. And I said, well, God, if you bring any man that that's if I give room for, then I will be able to change the names. Okay. But for the now, I'm still, all my documents, my bank statement, everything is still his name. So that is the sacrifice I have done for the sake of my kids. Because I don't want this, maybe when we go to embassy tomorrow, they tell you, how come?
Yeah.
You're answering Francis. You understand? And they're answering Udi. The Francis is my father's name. Okay. So I answer Francis on my programs. Okay. But on my document is their name.
It's the name.
You understand? So all my documents with their documents goes together. But on my program stuff is Freda K. Francis. Okay. Which is my father's name.
Talk to me about your program, Save a Life, Save a Home.
My program is a talk show. It's a monthly talk show. We run it on air, radio, TV. Then sometimes we go live in churches. If your church invites me and my team, we come maybe when you have your family week. Or if you don't even have a family week, you just want us to be there, we come and do stuff. We talk about family. We talk about a lot, like the one I treated the last time, Marriage Without Love. Yeah, I treated that one. And people were like, how is it possible? I said, yes, you can be married and not in love. There are reasons why so many people got married. I could get married to you because you're beautiful. And I know if I take you out, people will
trophy wife.
It doesn't mean I love you. I just want to show you off. You understand? I might marry you because you have a car. I might get married to you because you have a building. So everybody has their intentions why they went into marriage. Not because of love. Why some went into the marriage too because of love. But it didn't favor them too. Then I had another program I treated again. As a woman in ministry, how do you balance your home and the ministry? I have a lot. You understand? So the Save a Life, Save a Home is what I'm doing now with you. Because if you hear my story, you'll be able to get up from wherever you are and sit up and begin to take what is right and the one that is wrong. Because what is right for me might be wrong for you. So you make your choice. Life is all about choice. So that's how it is. So we run programs to save youth from coming. And we're also planning to see how we can start up Single Mothers Forum in Kenya. I'm trying to do that with Pastor Chico and one other Pastor Ngina. We spoke about it because it has always been single and married, single and married. Let's talk about the divorce. Yeah. Let's talk about single parents, single mothers. A lot of them are in pains. They need to hear our story. We need to help them to get out from that share, from that stigma, because so many of them are afraid. For me, if you're a man and you are telling me, hey, Bishop, you are a beautiful woman, are you married? And I said, why do you ask? Because I would want us to have relationship. I said, I have 2 giant boys. That's the first thing I let you know. I have 2 giant boys, and their responsibility is like this. So either you face it with me, or you allow me to face it alone until they get to the level I want them to get to. If I choose to remarry, I can remarry. I'm in my 50s.
Do you want to get? Do you have? I already see your facial expression.
I know
But are you open to getting to doing marriage again? What are your views of getting married again?
Did you see what I did now? Sometimes I ask myself, no, I do sit down. Actually, we all need companion. Sometimes it's so painful. Let me be frank. It's painful to be single. Because there are times you are in your lowest, you're looking for a shoulder to put your head and cry. And the person tells you, don't worry, it will be fine. And there's nobody, it's your pillow that is telling you that. I can't tell my kids what I'm going through emotionally.
Yeah.
But I need someone to tell my emotional issues with, and will encourage me and tell me, okay, why don't you do it this way? Why don't we go like this? It's not easy being a single mother anyway. But if you look at what men, you want to stay alone. Because even most men out there now are looking for women they will siphon from. They are not coming into that relationship because they love you. They are coming because they are also looking for a platform of stability.
Did you receive backlash when you started ministry, especially because there is a way people look at pastors that are divorced and they are in ministry? How was that? How was that for
See
you?
that? You see the way I am? I hardly talk about my personal life with people. I was able to separate ministry from my personal life. I won't give you the room for you to start talking whether I'm married or not. Hello? Because if I come to your church, for example, and I'm on the pulpit, I am there for God's work, not for my personal life. The only thing I'll tell you, I bring greetings from my family and from the church. Would you now come and start asking me, are you married?
Yeah, are you married?
Are my kids not my family?
They are.
So I bring greetings from my family and from the church. So there's no room for you to start asking me, are you married? The next question, if you thought you're going to ask, how is daddy and how is the kids? They are fine. They are blessed.
So you've mastered the art of separating Freda from Bishop Freda.
That is it.
Okay.
Because every man or woman of God has a dual life. You are like a phone that has to dual SIM. So when you are home, it's you. When you are in the ministry, it's the ministry. Face it. You don't need to marry them together.
Yeah.
And that was why I was able to handle that program with the Straight from the Heart Saver Life Saver Home that says, as a woman in the ministry, how do you manage the ministry and the home? Because a lot of people, female ministers don't know how to balance it. They don't even know how to go about it. And that's why they're having issues.
Tell me about your healing journey. How has that period been? I know you've said that it's last year that you're fully able to heal.
Yeah, I got started healing me when they started contacting me for programs. There was a program I did in South Africa with one prophetess, Nelly. She said she was praying and God said to her to give me the program. We're about 3 women. And the topic I should treat on was rejection.
Oh, wow.
I called her. Why would you give me this topic?
I know.
She said, God said she should give it to me. So I went in and I started crying. I said, God, why would you bring this topic? Why talk about rejection? So I cried. That was my healing process.
Oh, wow.
I cried because I remembered a lot of rejection, a lot of things that had happened. And I said to myself, the day I will be ministering, I hope I won't cry. I won't shed tears on the altar. And as God would do it for me, I was strong. I finished the ministry. It was even people that were crying. You get it now? So that was where I knew that, okay, God has started working. Because she didn't know my story. The woman of God that invited me never knew
anything about
my story. But she said God told her that I need to go through healing process. And she should give me that topic. So every other women treated other topics. But, you know, and that was it. And from that day, it was a kind of a slogan for me. You understand? When they reject you, it doesn't mean that Jesus has rejected you. If they reject you out there, it doesn't mean that you should reject yourself or go and commit suicide because you'll be rejected. If they could reject Jesus anywhere, you understand, and Jesus still became the same Jesus, Freda can be the same Freda. And that was how my healing process started. Then a lot of things. I started facing most of my challenges. I started facing them, you know, and today I am this. That I don't talk about it and shed tears anymore. Yeah. Even it's just recently, I think last year or so, that my kids get to hear the full story of what their father did to me and all that. Yeah. They only knew that their father was abusing me, but they didn't know what was the cause. So,
other than abuse, other than domestic violence, was there cases of infidelity?
Definitely, number one.
I didn't ask that one. You know, I thought it was just abuse.
You know, that is why I said to women that never you try to build a man or make a man rather. Some of them are good and appreciative, but there are some. When he started making money, he now remembered drinking and remembered clubbing. When he had no money, there was no drink. There was
no clubbing.
So he remembered clubbing and all that. That he could leave for work in the morning and doesn't come back till the next day evening. The dress, the shirt he goes out with is not the same thing he comes back home with. Because he will buy clothes from the boutique. What he wore, he can't wear it to the office, so he has to buy clothes to wear to go to the office to come back home the next day evening.
Wow.
You get it now?
Yes, I do.
And he comes and tells me his work because I understand the nature of their job. I know it's a C thing. Yeah. It has to do with C. But at least pick your calls when I'm calling or you call me.
Wow.
Sometimes when I call him to know if he's coming, he will tell me. Have you ever had that experience? You call someone you love and you say, "Hello, sweetheart." You say, "Yeah, I'm listening."
Ongea nasikia. Sema.
Then it will just drop.
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm just taking up.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I've heard you. Yeah, I'm hearing.
Do you get it now?
Yeah.
So, if I tell you another story, you will laugh.
Tell me.
God, I don't know how I got that inspiration to do that, but it came. And I went to buy one SIM card. The SIM card, I'm still using it to date. And I went to buy a SIM card, MTN card. Because sometimes when he's home, you know, when a man is cheating, you know. When he's home and there's a call that comes in, you're like, "I'm home."
Yeah, that's where they start with disclaimer.
I'm home. Can I call you back later, or maybe we'll see at the office tomorrow? Know that it's somebody that is having this.
Tips are cheating.
Then if it's a guy, you will know. Oh boy, how are you? Now, wow, how far business? Okay, we go. You know. So that's how I got to know. So I now discovered he was discussing. He didn't know I was listening. I did as if I wasn't listening because I was busy. And he's, yes, at Club 21. This is that. I said, okay. Now I went and bought SIM, and I inserted it. I changed my voice. Hello. Good morning. I said, morning. So who am I on to? I don't know how that name came. God just wanted to do something. I said, this is Joyce. He said, Joyce, where? I said, we met at Club 21.
Hey.
Oh, Joyce, how are you? Quite a long time. This is that, blah, 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 you know. And we started, for 1 month, we were communicating. Never knew I was the one.
So he was cheating, but with you.
Cheating with me. He bought me even recharge cards. He bought me recharge cards. Then sometimes he gets mad at me, you know. See, I am busy right now. Stop calling me. When I'm less busy, I'll call you.
So he's busy at you, his wife. But now when he's done with you.
I am still acting as the girlfriend. So he gets mad sometimes. You know? For complete 1 month, he was sending me recharge card, but we never met. He never booked appointment for us to meet.
Okay.
So we're always talking, hey, sweetheart, how are you? And, you know, I changed my voice. So sometimes he'll tell me, hello, please don't call me at this time because I'm busy. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm missing you. That's why I'm calling. I'm so sorry. I won't call you. Maybe you call me when you're less busy.
So that time he's at home?
Yeah, no, he's at work. He's at work. Why me? I'm at my business point now, doing this, you know. So until a day came.
The day of reckoning.
That day, it was free and he's ready to misbehave, to do silly thing. And he was like, he called me at about 1 p.m.
So he's calling Joyce.
He's calling Joyce. Hey, Joyce, where are you at? I said, oh, I went to the market for my mom. Okay. Can we meet in the evening by 5 p.m.? I've already lodged into an hotel. We're going to spend the whole day. I said, okay. You know what? When I'm through with what I'm doing for my mom, I'll call you back. You can imagine that feelings. Jeez. You can imagine how. And then my second son was just about 4 or 5 months old.
Wow.
You understand? God. So he kept on calling, and I kept giving him excuses. Don't worry. I think we're staying over. Don't worry. Until 7 p.m., I couldn't take it no more. When he called at 7 p.m. and said he's in the room right now, he has bought some stuff, some food, you know, for me. And he was telling Joyce now, Joyce, when you're coming dressed sexy,
be ready.
To be sincere, if I wasn't having a child, and if I had somebody to leave my baby for,
you would have gone.
I would have driven my car down there. So I couldn't take it no more. I was like, that was when I now changed my voice to my real voice. I said, you see how God will punish you?
Hey, easy.
You see how the moment he knew I was the one, he cut the car.
He cut the
He
cord.
just disconnected fast. And the distance from the place of work to the house is almost 2 hours. But I don't know how come that guy got home. I don't know how he flew and got home. And when he got home, I didn't talk to him. But he was trying to like, what kind of nonsense? I said,
He's trying to now victimize you.
I said, in fact, that was the beginning of the whole thing.
Abuse. Okay.
That I said to him, if I ever call you in this life to ask you where you are or whatever, so, you understand? And when I said that, he hit me behind me because I was walking away. That was the first day. That was how it started. Yeah. And I said that you know something you were not expecting.
Yeah.
Somebody hit you from behind and you saw yourself on the floor. I was only hearing my adopted daughter, my first son, you know, the other one is still small, shouting, "Mommy!" I was hearing from afar. I'd gone.
Wow.
So that was when I said no. I don't bother about him anymore. So that was when I stopped bothering about him. Whether he comes home, whether he doesn't come home, I don't care anymore.
That was the day you left the marriage in your head.
God bless you. That was the day. And that's just it. That's just it.
How do we end this conversation?
So that's just it. But I give God praise that today this is Freda.
Yeah.
Seeing my kids grow up every day, each day, gives me joy. That I didn't give birth to them in vain. They are my strength. They are my hope, my future hope. And they keep telling me, Mommy, don't worry, we're going to make you proud. Both of us are going to make you proud. We're going to make you proud. And I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen.
Wow.
Yeah, I know it's going to happen.
So after hearing all this and the things you've gone through, how you've picked it up and where you are at right now, what can you tell a woman, a man, because we substantiate that it's not just women that are in bad marriages. Men are also in bad marriages. Young people are falling in love with the wrong people. We have fallen in love with the wrong
And
people.
it has always been the ones that had good hearts. The good-hearted
that
ones.
are doing meal preps.
The good-hearted ones are always falling into the hands of the wrong one.
People.
Yeah.
So I want you to use this camera to talk to that person right now.
Oh God, you've all heard my story. You've seen me, and this is me. So I'm going to tell a man or a woman to be watchful. They should be very, very watchful before going into any form of relationship, be it mutual love or whatever relationship. First of all, psych them. Take your time to know them. Percy Sledge said, take your time to know her before you go in. So, take your time. For me, I was just being myself. I never pretended. Freda, this is me. If you love me the way I am, fine. If you don't love me, fine. When someone is pretending, you know. And if you must know someone that would not abuse in marriage, you will know during your courtship. And we shouldn't ignore little stuffs, because there are some things you see, you tell yourself, hey, I know after marriage, it go change. A chameleon does not change his skin. Chameleon is always a chameleon. A pig is a pig. So take your time. With my story, take your time to know that person before you say yes. If possible, like what is going on social media now, they say they prank, lawyer prank, to really know who the person is. Sometimes you could put up an attitude that is not real you to see the reaction of the person. That's just the truth. For me, I'm too matured now that I will start pretending to a man that wants to come around. I'll tell you, this is me. So every young lady or young man that is there, please always look out for that little thing you think doesn't matter. Those are the things that matters in relationship. Yeah, that's how I'll tell them.
Those that want to follow you on social media, where can we get you on social media and your show?
It's the same, Freda K. Francis.
Okay.
Freda K. Francis on Facebook. TikTok is the same thing. Freda K. Francis. There's no, just Freda K. Francis. K. That's the K, letter K, not key. K. Yeah.
Okay.
Freda K. Francis. And that's it.
Thank you, Bishop, for coming.
Thank you. God bless you.
You have such, I don't know what to call it, such a story.
Yeah.
You have such a story. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for letting us into your personal life. Thank you for sharing even what many people will not share. You'd be surprised. These are things that are happening even here in Kenya, but we are not very brave to talk about. And it takes a lot of courage for you to come out and talk about these things. We are really grateful.
I am so humbled
to
be hosted by you.
You're welcome. Hey, mimi wase, by the way, hapo sina kitu hata ya kusema, leo hata sina take home. Hey? Because, what was that? People go through a lot, but then again, if you are a victim like Bishop Freda, or if you've gone through so many pain, heartaches, so many things, issues, and you don't even know how to pick it up, start. It's a day at a time, a day at a time. For those that have not gotten into those relationships and marriages, we've been told, look, tafuta tumboya, wacha, kama ni red ka hizi nails zangu, wacha kuifanya ikae pink. See pink flag, it is a red flag. Address it like red, not pink flag, please. But then that was it that was all we had for you from Inspiring Stories. Do not touch that dial. We're coming back with more.